So let's decorate this mantle for fall. Currently it is in the patriotic decor. I usually put it up for 4th of July and it stays up through Labor Day, and it is a hot mess because whenever my granddaughter comes over, my husband throws anything and everything up there to keep it out of her reach. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. And my dirty little secret, dust. I hate dusting, and we live in the middle of an agricultural area with farm fields everywhere, and dust just rolls up our hill, and I could literally dust every day. And look at my poor little horsey. Oh, we gotta wipe him off, clean his little booty off. And then the next day I went up to Hobby Lobby because I will point out a few things that I picked out, but fall and Christmas are both in full galore. Now here we are, we're gonna start from scratch. I cleaned everything off and got it all cleaned up. And I have these fall leaf garlands, and I've had them for a really long time. And I have to tell you, I really wanna get a few more, but I'm having a hard time finding any that are decent. The dollar stores have really gone downhill. They're very sparse and have tons of blank space in between the leaves. And when we went to Hobby Lobby, I didn't see any. They might have just been sold out, but I've been looking online, but I do want to get a couple more for the front porch. But I'm just going to get my first row put up on the mantle, and then I have these little fall leaf picks, and I'm just going to stick them in here and there to add a little more pops of color. One of my leaf garlands actually has a couple of leaves missing, and so I'm gonna tuck a few in there so it doesn't show. And now, if you can't tell, this mantle is not serving a purpose with the fireplace, but I have always wanted a mantle to decorate, and so I found this mantle, believe it or not, at a thrift store for $20, and my sweet husband got his trailer and picked it up and brought it home, and I just have a ball decorating it all the time. Now you can see there is a piece of plywood on it. That's because it was made for like a fireplace chimney in the back, so it was open, and he just put that on there for me so I can decorate it. And I am up on a ladder and my tripod is very high, so normal people, unless you're super tall, you can't really see the top of the mantle once I have it decorated. And you know, the difference between the top of the mantle and the wood doesn't really show once I have all my good stuff on it. So this cute little tin, I've had it for a really long time, and I am just taking some of the flowers that I dried this season. These are marigolds, and I also have oh, it's slipping my brain right now. No big surprise there. Oh, the Chinese lanterns, that's what those orange things are. I dried those last year and I had a whole bunch, so I didn't do any this year. But now I have some like burgundy celosia, and I'm going to tuck that in there. And I'm just going to create a cute little quick arrangement just to give a little bit of height in this one section of my mantle. And I am working on a dried flower video, how to dry, which cut flowers dry really pretty and which ones don't. It may not come out till next year, but if you like that kind of stuff, just make sure you're subscribed and so you don't miss it. I'm going to try to put enough detail in there with each flower and do it in a series, so watch for that. Now this is Persian cress. It dries sometimes green if you pick it early enough, but most of the time it kind of turns just this light kind of creamy white color. And a little tip for you, if you actually grow this and dry it, you can use it like this in the fall. For Christmas, you can throw a little gold or silver spray paint on there, or whatever color floats your boat. And you can also do pastels and use it in like Easter and other fun arrangements. So a little tip for you there. Now I'm going to take and put a arrangement that I made last year over here next to this box, and that box came from an old antique store. They told me it was a mining box. How, I don't know, but it's one of my favorite things on my mantle. This is just a cedar lap siding, and I took it and painted it, took leaves, painted the back of them, and pressed them onto the wood. And I'm gonna just stick this back here. Now my lights actually look like they're flickering, but it must just be the camera because my lights are solid. It's kind of a trip watching it that it does that. But I'm gonna take this little arrangement that I did and I'm gonna stick it back in front of that piece of wood. And trust me, I did change it up a little bit. I'm one of those people where I'll put stuff there and I'll stand back and look at it and then I'll fiddle with it. So as we go along, you'll probably see maybe some things are slightly different from where I had them in the first place. But I'm just going to put some leaves here to try to hide some of the cords for the lights. And I am trying to find some more of these fall colored leaf picks too. At the Hobby Lobby they had everything but, so maybe the thrift stores, I'll have to check those. Now you can see this is really eucalyptus, and then the dark, almost purpley looking eucalyptus and the white berries, that is some of the stuff that I picked up when we were at the Hobby Lobby. And these are bunnytail grass and some wheat that I just kind of bundled together to set down on the mantle. And then taking a step back here so you can see the wide view, I took down my Gardeners Know the Best dirt sign, and I have this really cool farmhouse picture, and it has fall colors on it, which I really like. And I wasn't thinking ahead before I put that vase arrangement there, so I had to move that, put the picture up, and then I put that back, try to get my sign or my picture straight. And then I just grabbed some of these pumpkins and gourds, and I can't even tell you where I've gotten them all. Some at Walmart, some at the dollar store, probably a lot at thrift stores. And that is a little like acorn dish, I think. I found that at the dollar store probably last year or the year before. And I made these burlap pumpkins. You just cut out a circle of burlap, and then you take string and tie it all up and after you stuff it, and then you put the little leaves and the real stick in there. And I found these cute little tags, and I just wrote give thanks and blessed on some of them. And I'm just going to stick one down and put one on the top of it just to give it a little bit of a height back there. And then I am going to put these little beauties. Now my oldest daughter just got done with her stage 3 breast cancer treatments, and her last surgery, and these were in her bouquet, and they're yellow spray roses. I thought they were so pretty, so I dried them. We're going to use those. And I have a few more little pumpkins I'm going to tuck up there just for a little more interest. And this is like it looks like a pear. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's kind of a reddish colored. I did that to match the little tractor. Excuse me. Now this I got at the Hobby Lobby as well. It was in the Christmas section, and it's white birch sticks, and they have them stuck on this strip. And I honestly don't know if it's just to hold them together and you use each individual little birch sticks for crafts, but I thought it looked absolutely adorable as almost like a little picket fence. So here we go, moving stuff after I've already put it in there, but I am going to tuck this kind of in the back to give a little more visual interest, and then start tucking some of my things in and around it. And that checkered pumpkin is actually just one of those orange foam pumpkins from the dollar store, and I cut out some of that checkered fabric and Mod Podged it on, and then I took just like jute twine, and I hot glued it all around the stem of the pumpkin. You can see it there, just to kind of have some interest. Now I'm going to get my pumpkins tucked back in there after I got my little birch fencing up. Now I just grabbed a bunch of things. I kind of like to just bring things up on the mantle and see where I want to put them. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this tall white lantern or not, so I will just set it over there for now. And then I have this cute little, almost like birdhouse. I guess it is like a birdhouse ornament. It has a hoop for a hanger, but I always just use it on my mantle, and I actually use it for fall, Christmas, Easter, doesn't matter. I just love it. And then I am going to take some more of my gourds and tuck them in here or there. And you can tell I'm just thinking about where I want to put stuff, where it would look good. And then this is what it looks like when I had finished the first round, I should say. And it looks very full, and it is. I have so many things that I love, and I can't even fit them all. And see that little pumpkin right there? My daughter crocheted that for me. It's one of my faves. But yeah, I just have a whole collection of different kinds of gourds, little figures. Those little mushrooms are actually salt and pepper shakers. And pardon my voice, it's getting a little scratchy. I'm trying to get a cold. But that's what it looks like with the lights on and with the lights off. And I'm still trying to figure out what to do down below because my granddaughter's toys are down there and I can't put anything stuffed down there because the granddogs will chew it. Now this is after I went and tucked some more dried flowers. You can see that white bird down below. I did put some dried sunflowers behind him. And then there next to the checkered pumpkin, I did another little bundle of flowers and tucked a few sunflowers here and there back up by the vase container. And these are all flowers that I dried. There's zinnias and some statice. And then over here you can see I tucked a few more sunflowers, some more statice, and I added some more dried flowers to my little pot there with all the pumpkins in it. So that's what it looks like. Next week we're going to do the front porch and do some garden cleanup for the fall. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed our quick little video on just decorating my mantle. Let me know if you like to decorate, if you do decorate for fall, or if you go straight to Christmas. We'll talk about that on a later segment. I'll give away my secret. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.